Hey, good morning, Steph. Good morning. We are back. The autumnal weather here in the UK has set in. How you feeling? How you getting?
Summer's over. Hoodies
Yeah.
are back in fashion. We've even got the two hats on just to
Yeah.
keep our heads cool. Yeah, warm. Yeah, cool.
Warm,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, doing well, doing well. I'm quite a fan of the autumn season because you get that feeling of what's coming. Halloween,
Oh,
Christmas.
shit. I'm the opposite, mate. I
Oh,
really am. I like autumn, like the weather, because it's like temperate and you haven't got to wrap up. But for me,
mm,
it's the doom and gloom of the winter to come because I hate winter in this country. But you can maybe change my mind.
maybe I can get you some Christmas food to order from Marks and Spencers or something like that.
Oh,
And
oh,
then
you know how to get. Oh, that would be nice.
yeah,
That would be nice.
that'll be the dream. But
I've
yeah,
I've
doing
been
well,
thinking
doing
about
well. Yeah, obviously international break now, and so
yeah.
it's not much we can really pick apart from a club perspective. Stories are dry, but there's enough for us to go into, certainly with the news and what comes from the international break, which we'll come on to, and then rumors, which always tend to
It's really ridiculous in the international rate, don't they? They just
they heat up,
yeah.
who's replacing Mike and all these other sort of stories. But I thought we'd start off just on this week talking a bit about some of the international players, and look, there's some good stories. Loftus Cheek getting his first cap in quite a while.
Yeah.
It's good for his
Got a
happiness.
legacy cap as well. I don't know if you saw that video. I don't know what that's all about, but it seems
Ah,
like players that come back after a long
mm,
hiatus get like a legacy cap. So he had a whole
ah,
presentation in the dressing room where he got a specific cap just for him, which I thought was quite interesting.
that's
So that
pretty cool.
seems like there's a bit of trust being given. So maybe he might actually be part of the setup moving forward if he continues playing
Yeah,
well.
maybe he can bring Tamori back into the fold. Who knows?
Yeah, I think that one's don't know
Yeah.
what Tomori's like been embargoed for some reason. I don't know
I think
what
he's,
that's
he's probably just like sitting in a dark room, like hating, hating the England setup. Like he can't
yeah,
even like hate Southgate anymore. But yeah, and Rabiot, I think he got a goal as well against
yeah. Rabbit's on
Az-
fire at the moment. He really is.
Azerbaijan. Yeah, so yeah, some really good stories coming out of the international. Even I think Rafael Leao, he came off the bench as well for Portugal,
He
which
played very well from what I've seen
oh,
and
that's good.
heard. Yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
But yeah, with the good comes a little bit of the concerning. We know playing with fire a little bit on the squad depth piece, which is going to be the theme of this video. But yeah, Salamakers comes off probably the biggest story out of the international injuries. Salamakers comes off early in the Belgian game with a muscle injury, I believe, a muscle knock, which is concerning. It's he's been my favorite player of the season, equally up there with Modric, and we don't really have an abundance of right backs that can
Yeah,
cover that role, and it looks like he's going to miss at the very least the Fiorentina game,
yeah.
maybe the Pisa game after that. Which, in the grand scheme of things,
They're
both
not the
home
worst
fixtures,
two games to miss,
yeah,
but not
it's a good
ideal.
chance for Atacama. Don't get me wrong,
I agree with you. Yeah,
but he's been one of our more pivotal players, and it's going to
yes.
mean that some of the other players, from a creativity perspective, are going to have to step up, which could link into like Leao starting and all these other stories. But yeah, a bit of concern coming out of the Salamakers camp, and I'm hoping he comes back quickly because after that game, it is Atalanta away,
Yeah.
and it's
It's the hard run of games. Then, yeah,
tough games, tough games. Other knocks. Your boy Estepinian, I think, came off as
yeah,
well.
he did.
Yeah, well,
And Pulisic,
yeah. Well, it's going to mean that, basically, like, let's say if Stepinian is injured, and I don't know how long that is. Maybe it's a small knock, but if he
I
misses
think
the
it is a
Fiorentina
small knock,
game,
but he might miss the. He probably will miss Fiorentina. Let's be honest.
yeah.
I think.
Or should we? It's a good chance for, yeah. Once again, a good chance.
Inzaghi, yeah,
Yeah, the two backup wing backs, which we had we had concern. I still have concern and worry about going into this season. The depth in that position, they're going to have to start that game. Against Fiorentina, Batazag is going to be up against Dodo, who's a very good right wing back. I don't know if he plays left wing back for Fiorentina, but
Oh, God, that's testing my knowledge there. I don't
yeah,
know.
I was gonna say like Biragi, but I'm pretty
That's
sure
what I was
he's
going to say, Biragi as
yeah.
well.
I think he's like left centre back now. They'll have someone random, like some sort of Serie A kind of journeyman, but yeah. So like, I think they're going to have to do a good job, but that's where hopefully the spine of the squad will be so strong that we can make up for it.
No, it's Gosens. It's Gosens.
Oh, Gosens. Oh, there you go. There you
Mhm.
go. Serie A journeyman. Robin
Wow.
Gomez. Yeah, so look, there's experience and immediate quality. They're going to have better players than us in that position in that game. That's a given. But obviously, the game isn't won by the wing backs; it's typically won by the spine of the side. So, but yeah, Pulisic. Obviously, that knock is hopefully it's minor because I would like to see Pulisic and Rafa start.
You want him resting for the game? I just want him not played. Like that would be
Yeah.
ideal for a player like Pulisic.
Perfect scenario, wouldn't it? Because obviously Santi's out there for Mexico, and he'll be. And I
he
think
needs games on as well. Bless him.
All four of our forwards have been called up for international duty.
We have the most by 3 players. We have 16 internationals, the most in the league. Sorry, I should say. So by quite some distance. And this is the risk we play. It's quite amazing that and always when we were bad, we've always maintained a high number of internationals, which shows you that the quality of players we have are generally quite high. And now we're obviously Allegri's doing a good job sliding them together. But yes, a lot of injured players, a lot of players out increases that risk, doesn't it?
Yeah, and maybe it might be one over the grand scheme of things we get away with this season because of not too many fixtures throughout the course of the club level competitions. But yeah, it means we haven't got that 2-week respite where it probably would have paid dividends and helped out teams like Napoli last season. So yeah, let's see what happens. I mean, hopefully Modric playing 90 minutes as well for Croatia. It's just phenomenal. But yeah, I think it clearly shows that you could test fate a little bit. I'm not going to say I don't believe in the depth, but it leads us going into a Fiorentina game with a little bit of worry in certain positions. Where we should be looking at that going, that's 3 points as a banker. I'm kind of a bit like slightly worried that game's going to have to be tougher than it is, which probably leads us on to the next bit of the conversation. Obviously, squad depth is something that we know that probably needs to be addressed in January with certain positions, like the wing-back positions.
Full-backs and centre-back for me, they're the 3.
Crucial. Yeah, like we know we don't really need much more centre midfield depth. The striker situation is interesting.
Only if an opportunity arises, I think, for that one.
Yeah, and is there a way out perhaps for Santi if we do want to make that move? And not sound horrible for it, but if there is because we don't need 5 strikers, do we? We need 4, but we could do with an upgrade and perhaps as a centre forward, not to sound horrible and sound like I'm giving up on Santi Jimenez, but
by January we'll know. Well, by December we'll know, right?
So we'll know if he's actually if he's still on like